Ahoy cruise newsies! I hope everybody enjoyed a holiday week, and I kind of sort of took a break. It was a holiday, and I have been nursing a pinched nerve, which honestly kind of sucks. It's the worst pain ever. Okay, maybe not the worst ever, but I'm a big baby. So anyway, here we go. Number one, okay, out of nowhere, Conde Nast published some of their lists, and there were a couple of cruise items on there, and some of them I found particularly odd. So voted by, I guess, Conde Nast readers, who are these people, somehow Sun Princess was voted best mega ship. Okay, no. I mean, so here's the thing. Y'all know I did not have a particularly good experience on Sun Princess about a year ago, actually. And for whatever reason, earlier this summer, some more videos popped up on my feed. And the questions were, has Princess fixed the problems on Sun Princess? And the consensus was, not really. And the reason this surprises me is because, I'm just going to reiterate here, Sun Princess is not a very well-designed ship. The Sphere class is just not a very well-designed ship. I pointed out a lot of just weirdness when I was on board, and especially compared to the other entries on the list, most notably, I think Star Princess was number 4. Yeah, this is where my suspicion was aroused. And even Norwegian Aqua, I think, number 3. Either of those ships are far better designed, as a hard product than Sun Princess. Even MSC World America is a better layout than Sun Princess. And let's be honest, the Icon class, including Star of the Seas, is probably the absolute best designed cruise ship out there. Not just because she's the biggest and, well, not really newest anymore, but still the shiny new thing. But Royal Caribbean really did their homework, and they got it right. And even compared to my experience on the Grand class, Caribbean Princess, Sun Princess just is not, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what these people are thinking. However, well, actually, I kind of do know what they were thinking, because they also voted Chicago as the number 1 American city. So, yeah, there's really something wrong with that crowd. However, they did vote Disney the best large ship cruise line, which I also thought was kind of weird. Now, not that Disney doesn't deserve this. It's a fantastic product and an amazing experience, but Disney is somewhat unique in the cruise industry. Whenever I talk about, cruise experiences, the best this, the best that, I always think in terms of, see, the best blah, blah, blah at sea is this, except Disney. All the time, because Disney is very much their own thing. They exist in a world really outside of the other mainstream cruise lines. They do. And they know they do, but that's fine. And, it's funny because when you're on board, if you go to like Nassau or whatever, and there's a bunch of ships in, there, no matter what ship you're on, when a Disney cruise ship pulls in, everybody is watching and everybody is talking about how someday they want to take a Disney cruise. Nobody says this about any other cruise line. So they are something special. Which is weird that they got that award. Not that they don't deserve it, but they're kind of a niche thing. And I thought it was very, very strange that they got that award. I think the award probably should have gone to Royal Caribbean, realistically, then Norwegian, but who knows? I would love to see MSC win that award, because some of their newer ships, especially the Seaside class, is actually pretty terrific. So yeah, Conde Nast is all over the place. Finally, okay, let's talk about Norwegian. We all know what's going on. So a couple things. They recently announced that the beverage package will no longer work on Great Stirrup Cay. Yeah, and they're going to be introducing a Great Stirrup Cay add-on package, which, come on guys, really? Now, now put it this way. If this is like a $19.99 add-on, if you already have free at sea or something like that, then it's just more nickel and diming. That's what's going to happen. If it's $129 or something like that, people just aren't going to buy it. I mean, I wouldn't, honestly. I had a great time on Great Stirrup Cay when I visited on Norwegian Aqua, and the package worked there just fine. But I'm not going to put it this way. I would not pay an additional $20 more to have it work on Great Stirrup Cay, especially since, let's just say there are ways around it. I remember when I was on Rotterdam and we visited Half Moon Cay, the crew, the bar staff, was They took great effort to remind guests that the package did not work on Half Moon Cay and to take extra unopened cans of beer or whatever with them and just ask for ice on the island. They're actually promoting people to do this. So I don't know. Why wouldn't Norwegian find themselves in a similar situation? Yeah. I don't know. I just found that very, very odd. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's wait and see how much it's priced. Because if it's $20, fine. I have OBC, I have my shareholder credit. But if it's any more than that, I wouldn't bother. In fact, I might not even leave the ship except to go in the lazy river. But that's beside the point. But the big news, the room service charge. So apparently, they originally announced that they're going to charge extra for additional entrees based on the number of people in the cabin. So every person gets one, but then an extra is two. Now they changed that to say that every person in the cabin can order 2 entrees and an appetizer or something like that. Okay, you're just making it worse, Norwegian. No, stop. No. See, you, Norwegian, all cruise lines, you need to call me first and tell me what you're going to do, and I will tell you how to express it, or what not to do, or what to do instead. This was very simple. You lost a huge opportunity to garner a lot of goodwill by eliminating the room service charge. I know. Wow. Yes, everybody hates the room service charge, even though, guys, room service is very expensive and complicated to provision. I don't think people really realize that, but it is. But you could have, Norwegian, gotten rid of the room service charge and then implemented the extra entree charge, right? And make the policy the exact same thing as the dining room, pretty much, right? And I would even go so far as to say it would have been better to waive the room service charge and charge additional per entrees, but not based on the number of people in the stateroom, right? Every room service order can have 1 complimentary entree, and for every entree after that is $5 or whatever you're charging in the dining room, right? So if a couple wants to order dinner, okay, they pay the $5 just like they would pay if you order 2 in the dining room, just to make the policy consistent, right? You'll still get the fee, right? And you still will be dissuading people from ordering room service, right? But you would get credit for waiving the fee. Or at least be able to say you waived the fee. Yes, people will get you replaced it with another fee, but if it was consistent with the dining room, I think people would be like, okay. Yeah, so you gotta run these things by me first, and I'll just tell you exactly what to do. So you got a huge opportunity you missed to waive the room service fee. I mean, come on, guys, really? Okay. Apparently I did. Beachcomber, Margaritaville, let's see, let's talk about Margaritaville. Apparently Beachcomber was the first name I suggested when I did the naming video a long time ago, so yay me. I think I might have mentioned this before, but when I went to look at the pictures, I was presented with this. I don't know if this is something that they just left on the mobile site, but this Monday, this was a couple days ago, they're going to make another announcement. Who do we think this is real? Or is this a mistake? Are they going to announce a 4th ship or something? This is pretty wild. No hints, no rumors or anything like that. And every other big announcement has been preceded by some rumors going on. So, yeah, I'm just a little bit curious about this. But anyway, it's funny because I was just on Liberty of the Seas, which is the same class of ship as Margaritaville Beachcomber is going to be. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting. Those vlogs are coming next, by the way. So yeah, look out for those. It'll probably start next week, I think. We're about to finish Carnival Elation. Yay. So Margaritaville at Sea Beachcomber. Oh, right. I do not know if I'm going to sail on the inaugural or if I'm going to wait a month and sail to get the product that they intend. They did a great job with Paradise and Islander, but Islander especially because it was a brand new ship to them and she had not sailed for a while. Brand new crew. That was the thing. And they did it. They got it, but it was a little bit chaotic. So maybe I'll wait a month. I don't know. By the way, the prices are the same. So there's no price difference, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't really decided. What do you think? Should I go subscribe and then tell me, should I sail on the inaugural or should I wait a month to get the real Margaritaville Beachcomber experience? Anyway, okay, so Legend of the Seas is losing her conference room. They announced that they're expanding the casino, and the only place for them to expand it is down into the conference room because on that class of ship, the casino is right below the promenade, and they're definitely not going to take up promenade space. So, yeah, no more conference center on Legend of the Seas, which is fine because I presume it's on Icon of the Seas and Star of the Seas. So if you do want to book a conference at sea, oh darn, it's going to have to be on Star or Icon of the Seas. I know. I actually went to a conference on a cruise ship. This was 20 years ago now. It was for a small tech conference, a very niche thing that we do. And it was on Majesty of the Seas. Yes, and I was right here out of Miami, so for me it was super, super easy. It was a 4-day midweek cruise, Monday to, Thursday, and then, disembarked on Friday. And it was good. It was good. They had a small conference room and a couple other rooms for breakout sessions, and we started early because they were trying to make it a combo, like work slash, like, not vacation, but leisure experience. So we had to get started early, like 7 a.m. And we went until maybe 1 or 2, which was nice. And then the rest of the afternoon, we had to run around the ship. I think the companions, the plus ones, enjoyed it more than we did, because everyone was commenting on the final bill. This was before dining packages, before drink packages. And yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun to leave the others out to roam around and get in trouble on their own. Oh boy. So if you do have the opportunity to go to a conference on a cruise ship, I highly recommend it. Just check the schedule first to make sure it works. And yeah, so that was fun, but it was a really fun experience. Royal Caribbean, though, it made an announcement last week. They are swapping the itineraries for, was it Jewel of the Seas and Grandeur of the Seas? No changes. Exact same itineraries, exact same embarkation ports. They're just swapping the ships. So what does that mean? It means these people pretty much booked a guarantee cruise, right? When they booked on Grandeur of the Seas, and now they're swapping in Jewel of the Seas. They're just going to transfer the staterooms, category by category, of course, and that's it. Nothing else changes. The itinerary doesn't change or anything. Yes, we are getting one step closer to guarantee cruising, I think, because also last week, Carnival, surprise, visited Acapulco for the first time in, I think they said 20 years, that a Carnival cruise line ship has visited Acapulco. And apparently they pulled it off like nothing. They had to reroute, I guess, due to weather, and they still had shore excursions and all this stuff. So they can do it. They can put these itineraries together within days' notice. I mean, preferably a couple of weeks, but they can do it within days, and they can reassign ships. Norwegian has been doing this for a long time. So I think, what do you think? I think within 3 years, some cruise line is going to start to offer either guarantee cruise ships or guarantee itineraries, meaning you will just book a 7-day Caribbean cruise and you won't really know what ship or what itinerary it's going to be. You're just going to know that, hopefully, it's going to be on this cruise line, and they're going to visit the private island because that is something people really want to do. But in terms of the rest of the ports, whether it's Grand Cayman, Nassau, St. Thomas, I don't know, Bonaire, no, that's kind of far, but San Juan, whatever, you don't know. You don't know until maybe a month before the cruise, and the point of this would be to give the cruise lines pressure to put on the ports to offer them the best deal, because now the ports really will be competing in real time for that business, and they're going to be able to push back against the greedy politicians who keep levying all these additional fees. So yeah, I think within 3 years, some cruise line, probably Norwegian, is going to try that. I don't know. What do you think? So, all right, we're about done with Legend. We're about done with Elation of the Seas. Carnival Liberty starts after that. Theme park videos will continue on Saturday, right now through March. I know. Very exciting. So if you are visiting a conference, if you're on a conference on a cruise ship and I just happen to be there, show me the conference facilities, because usually they're locked and you can't sort of sneak around. And I really would like to see what some of these look like. But even if you're not on a conference on the cruise ship, come and say hi. I do hope to see you on board.